bum ba da da. Hello, can you hear me? I am live. Hello, can you hear me? I am super live, like a bee. No one can hear me, can they? One, two, five, six, seven, 13. Wars and a man I sing, an exile driven on by fate. He was the first to flee the coasts of Troy, destined to reach Lithuanian soil. Wars and a man I sing, an exile driven on by fate. He was the first to flee the coasts of Troy, destined to reach Lithuanian soil. Okay, time to work. Let's get homies online now. Hello? I'm live. Come on, homie. Let me in. Control V. Hello.
What?
I'm about to read the Aeneid and I'm currently technically live.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's working at all. Let me check. But there's an annoying delay and I don't know how to fix it. Yeah, it's working. And tell Matan to get on. or at least
Uh,
look at the live stream.
me?
No, Matan.
Oh,
God, it's gonna. How many lines is the first book? Christ.
I don't know.
It's 30 pages.
Oof.
What? Can you see the stream? I don't know.
I can.
You can.
I don't think I'm on it though, which is good.
Why?
I don't know. I don't hear my voice, so that's good, I guess.
Oh, I can hear. I'm probably gonna mute you when I start though.
Okay, good.
But I was just letting, or at least make sure you can't, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Still
let me go
get
ahead and close
get
that.
Matan on.
There, I sent him the link.
Okay. So OBS recording. Okay, it's recording. Great. I'll get Zan on because he wants to see this. Hopefully.
Anton says he'll get on in like 25 minutes.
Okay.
Also, Zan's in the car going to Denver.
Oh, tell him to watch the stream.
Or why don't you tell him that?
Fine.
Stop making me do your
Send
dirty
a
work.
message to Xander.
I'm playing Vidima games, hey Def.
I'm telling Siri, shut up. No!
Why don't you
No!
just type
It's that stupid group chat I want to talk to.
it in? You sent it to the wrong thing.
Okay, I'm gonna. I don't know how to make Discord stop working.
You need to figure out how to
I'll just keep.
volume.
You can just be a viewer for now that talks.
Me?
I'm gonna call him.
Oh, you've demoted me.
What? No.
God, dang it, the game's so loud. Just bring that up to like 25% or something.
Xander, you stupid little Jew, set up your freaking mailbox. Christ. I'm gonna spam the link to him.
Don't bother people, Hayden.
People asked for it.
Just do the reading.
I'm about to, anyways.
Oh my god.
Okay.
You don't have to.
Oh no, I must.
I must.
Okay. Oh wait, yeah, I had to put music in the background. I need to make sure this works. We're Oh, call. Zan. I'm reading the Aeneid live. Have fun. Oh, it's fine. If you can, you can just watch the video I upload. Bye. Okay, now I can start. that works. Okay, yeah, it works. Okay, let's see how talking volume is. Okay. Okay. Chapter 1. Safe Haven After Storm. Wars in a man I sing, an exile driven on by fate. He was the first to flee the coast of Troy, destined to reach Lavinian shores and Italian soil. Yet many blows he took on land and sea from the gods above. Thanks to cruel Juno's relentless rage and many losses he bore in battle too before he could found a city, bring his gods to Latium, source of the Latin race. The Alban lords and high walls of Rome, tell me, muse, how it all began. Why was Juno outraged? What could wound the queen of the gods with all her power? Why did she force a man so famous for his devotion to brave such rounds of hardship? Bear such trials. Can such rage inflame the mortal's hearts? There was an ancient city held by the Tyrian settlers. Carthage, facing Italy in the Tiber River's mouth, but far away, a rich city trained in fierce in war. Juno loved it, they say, beyond all other lands and in the world, even beloved Sandal. Second best, here she kept the armor, here she kept a carry too. And Carthage and the world ruled the nations of the earth, if only the fates were willing. This was Juno's goal from the start, and so she nursed her city's strength. But she had a race of men sprung from the Trojan blood, would one day topple down her Tyrian stronghold, breed an arrogant people ruling far and wide, proud in battle, destined to plunder Libya, so the fates were sprinting out the future. This was Juno's fear. And the goddess never forgot the old campaign. No, she had waged at Troy and her beloved Argos. No, not even now with the causes of her rage. Her bitter sorrows dropped down from the goddess' mind. They festered deep within her, galled her still the judgment of Paris, the unjust slight to her beauty. The Trojan stock she loathed, the honors suffered on his cyanide that ravished her skies. Her fury, inflamed by all this, the daughter of Saturn, drove her endless oceans, Trojans left by the Greeks and brute Achilles. Juno kept them far from Latium, forced by the fates to wander round the seas of the world. Year in, year out, such a long, hard labor to Roman people. Now, with the ridge of Sicily barely out of sight, they spread sail for open sea, their spirits buoyant, their bronze beaks churning the waves foam as Juno, nursing deep in her heart the everlasting wound, said to herself, "Defeated am I, give up the fight, powerless now to keep that Trojan king from Italy, but of course the fates bar my way, and yet Minerva could burn the fleet to ash, and drown my Argive crews to sea, and all for one mad crime of a single man, Ajax, son of Illyrius." She hurled Jove's all-consuming bolt from the clouds. She shattered her feet and whimpered the swells with gales, and then she gasped the last of flames her riven chest. She swept him up in a cyclone and impaled the man once on crag. But I who walk in the majesty, I, queen of the gods, the sister and the wife of Jove, must wage a war year after year on just a race of men. Who will receive the power of Juno after this? Lay the gifts on my altar, lift his hands in prayer. With such anger seething inside her fiery heart, the goddess reached Aeolia, breeding ground of the storms, her home swarming with raging guests of the south. Here in the vast cave of King Aeolus rails the winds, brawling to break free, howling the full gale force as she chains them down in their dungeon. Shackled fast, they blunder and protest, roaring round their prison bars with a mountain above them all, booming with their rage. But in this stronghold wields his scepter, soothing their passions, tempering their fury. Should he fail, surely they'd blow the world away, hurling the land and sea and deep sky through space. Fearing this, the Almighty Father banished the winds back to the cavern, piled above the mountain mass, and improvised the king, empowered by a binding pact to rein back the command and let them gallop free. Now, Juno made a plea to the world of the winds. Aeolus, Father of the gods, King of men, gave you the power to calm the waves, rouse them with your gales. As I race, loath, crossing the Tuscan Sea, transporting Troy to Italy, bearing their conquered household gods to thrash your winds to fury, sink their warships, overwhelm them or break them apart, scatter their crews, drown them all. Or I break them apart and oops, I happen to have some sea nymphs, 14 beauties, Diopha, and the finest by all far. I'll join you in lasting marriage, call her yours, and for all her years to come she will live with you. Aeolus warmed to Juno's offer. Yours is the ask, my queen, to explore your heart's desires. Mine is the duty to follow your commands. Yes, thanks to you, I rule this humble little kingdom of mine. You won the scepter, Jupiter's favors too, and you to couch the round on sets of geeds at a feast. You made the Lord of Stormwind and the killing of cloudbursts and crappy crap. You won me the scepter, Jupiter's favors too, and the couch to lounge on, to set at the gods' feast. You made me the Lord of Stormwind, the king of cloudbursts.
Where the hell do I edit hotkey?
Y'all are on live stream. We're
Wait,
about
why?
because we're about 90 lines in, and it hurts already.
Wait, so...
Oh, I can't hear Matan. Okay. Oh, oops. I clicked the wrong button.
You removed the time.
Here we
Wait,
go.
you're only 90 lines in?
Yeah, it's like
God, I hate
20.
it.
It's like 30 pages. I'm gonna have to split this
Yeah.
into freaking parts. Sorry, Matan. Okay. Now I guess I'll continue. With such thanks, swinging his spear around, he strikes home at the mountain's hollow flank out on Carthage and the winds. Through the breach he'd lead, he'd make like armies on attack. I'm blasting the whirlwind, tearing through the earth. Down they crash on the sea, east wind, south wind, as one in the south wind squalls in hot pursuit. Heaving up the ocean depths, a huge killer breakers rolling toward the beaches. The crews are shouting, cables screeching suddenly. The cloud bakes are blottling out the sky, the light of day. The Trojan sight, a pitch black night comes brooding down on the sea with thunder and crashing pole to pole, bolt on bolt, blazing across the heavens. Death everywhere, men facing instant death. Oof. At once, Aeneas limbs up, limb in a chill of fear, groans, lifting both his pains toward the stars, cries out, 3, 4 times blessed, my comrades, lucky to die beneath the soaring walls of Troy's before the parents' eyes. if I only gone down in their right hand, Diomedes, strongest Greek afield, and poured out my life on the battlegrounds of Troy. Where raging Hector lies, pierced by Achilles' spear, where mighty Spartian lies, where the seamost river swallows down and churns beneath its tides so many shields and helmets, corpses of the brave, flinging cries as the screaming out gust of the north wind pounds against his sail. Raising waves sky high, the oars shatter, prow twists around, taking breakers broadside and on and over. Aeneas decks a mountain of water towers, a massive steep summon, hang on the billowing crest as the sea gapes a glimpse through the waves of the bottom, waiting a surge, a swirl with sand. 3 ships the south wind grips, and the spins against those boulders, lurking in mid-ocean rocks and Italians called altars. 1 great spine, breaking the surface, 3 east wind sweeps from the open sea, Syrtes reefs in a grim sight, grinding them round the walls of sand. 1 ship that carried the Lycian units, led by staunch Ortonus, before Aeneas' eyes toppling, a summit of water strikes the stern and hurls the helmsman overboard, pitching them headfirst, twirling the ship 3 times, right on the spot till the ravenous whirlpool gulps them down. Here and there you can sight some sailors bobbing in heavy seas, strewn in their welter now the weapons men stray, spars and treasures saved from Troy. Now, Ilionis, sturdy ship, now brave, Achates, now the galley that carried Abias, another aged Aletes. Yes, the storm routs them all. It routs them all indeed. Yes, the storm routs them all. Down to the last craft, the joints split. Beams spring and a lethal flood pours in. All the while the Neptune's senses the fur are above him, roaring seas first and the storm breaking, the standing waters boiling up from the seabed, turning back, and the mighty god stirred to his depths, lifts his head from the crests. And, serene in power, gazing out, all in his realm he sees Aeneas, squadrons scattered across the ocean, Trojans overwhelmed by the surf and wild crashing skies. Nor did he miss his sister Juno's cunning wrath at work. He summons to the east and the west wind, takes them to task. What insolence, trusting your lofty birth, you winds, you dare to make the heaven and earth a chaos, raising such a right of the waves without my blessings? You, what I won't do, but first I better set the rest of the flood. You ruffle, next time you trust me you will pay for your crimes. With no more than just a scolding away, wolf you quick. And gives this your king a message. Power over the sea and the ruthless trident is mine. Not his, it's mine by a lot, by destiny. His place east wind is the rough rocks, where you are all at home. Let him bluster there, play the king in his court. Let Aeolus rule his bull to dungeon of the winds. Oh boy. Quicker than his command. Wait, didn't I just finish it? Okay. Okay. Quicker than his command. He calms the heaving seas, putting their clouds throughout and bringing back the sun. Struggling shoulder to shoulder, the Triton and Plymouth hoist and heave the ships from the jagged rocks as the god himself whisks up to his trident, clearing a channel through the deadly reefs with his chariot, skimming over the cresting waves and spinning wheels to set his seas to rest. Just as too often, some huge crowd, seized by the vast uprising, the rabble runs amok, all slaves to passion, rocks, fire, flying, I say, rage, finds them at arms. But then, if they have a chance to see a man among them, of whose devotion and public service lent them weight, they stand there, stock still, with their ears alert, as he rules their fear with his words and calms their passion. So the crash of the breakers and all fell silent. Once their father, gazing over his realm under clear skies, flicks his horses, giving them free rein, and his eager chariot flies. Now, bone-weary Aeneas, shipmates make a run for the nearest landfall, wheeling prows around. But then they turn to Libya's coast. There is a haven shaped by an island shielding the mouth of a long deep bay, its flanks breaking the force of combers, pounding in from sea to sea, breaking the force of combers, crap, cuddy, while drawing them off into a calm receding channels, both by sides of harbor rock cliffs, tower ground by twin crags, the menace of the sky overshadowing, reaches sheltered water, quiet and secure. Over them, as a backdrop, quivering wood above them, rears a grove bristling dark with shade. And fronting the cliff, a cave under hanging rocks with fresh water inside, seats the cut Aeneid of stone. The home of the nymphs never needed cables no more. A weathered ship, no anchor to bind her fast. Aeneas puts here with a bare 7 warships, saved from his whole fleet. How can their longings for dry underfoot and Trojans disembark? Taking hold of death in their last best hope, to fling their brine-wracked bodies on his hand, Aeneid is the first to strike. A spark from flint, then works his keep it alive, as dry weaves and cups it around it. What kindling feeds at ships, and brisky fans tender into the flame. Then spent as they were from their toil, they set out, food from the bounty of Ceres, drenched in sea salt, Ceres and tinsels too, her mills and troves, been to the parch with fire and the grain, they salvage, grind it fine on stones, while they see to their meal. Aeneas scales a crag, staining the scan the sea reach far and wide. Is there any trace of Antheus now, tossed by the gales over his warships, or blanked by the oars, or Capius perhaps, or Caicus, or stern, or adorned with shields? Not a ship in sight, but he does spot roaming the shore, entire herd behind him, grazing down the glens in a long ring line. He halts, grasps his bow, his flying arrows, the weapons his trusty aid. Aeneid keeps at hand. First the leader's antlers branching over their high heads, he brings them down and turns on the herd, his shafts stampeding the rest like rabble into leafy robes, shaft on shaft, no stopping till he stretches 7 hefty carcasses on the ground, a triumph won for each of his ships, and makes them for the cove and divides the kill with his whole crew, then shares it out. The wine that good Aeneas, princely man, had brimmed in their casks the day left Sicilian shores.
Country roads
To the place I belong.
Hey, Hayden, please karaoke it.
I may.
Come on, Hayden. We need country karaoke 2.0.
I'm at line 230.
Hayden, I'll edit all the videos.
Everything?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it at the end. I'll do it after this. Okay.
Oh, the guy died. Sad.
Okay. I'm at line 230. Should I go to like line 300 and then get part 2 and then 3?
Hayden, please just do all of it now.
Holy, it's already at 30 minutes.
Hidden,
No.
you don't need to sleep.
I don't need to sleep?
No, you do not need sleep.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be back while I get some water because my vocal cords hurt.
Sleep is not necessary. Close reading the Iliad is necessary.
Okay. It's time to do about 200 more lines. 3, 2, 1. The commander's words relieved their stricken hearts. My comrades, hardly strange to pain before now, we all have weathered worse. Some god will grant us at the end as well. We threaded the rocks, resounding Celia's howling rabid dogs, and taken the burnt the Skyclops boulders too. Call upon your courage again, dismiss your grief and fear. A joy it will be one day, perhaps, to remember even this. Though so many hard straits, many twists and turns, and of course holds firm the Latium. There, fate holds out a homeland, calm at peace. There the gods decree the kingdom of Troy will rise again. Pair up, save your strength for better times to come. And that will be it for part 1. Thank you so much. And now I must commit country road. Okay, I'm done. For now. How do I stop this live stream?
I'm gonna go back.